Welcome back, YouTubers, to yet another Q&A 192 with us, the British Fist.
Coaching.
Same time, same place, same people, and hopefully we're going to be answering a whole load more questions. But if you have any questions, please put them down in that comment section below. There we go.
And please make sure you subscribe to our channel, like this video, share it if you must, and let's dive straight into this Q&A as I turn my phone off.
Before we do that, though, just want to let these people know who we are. I'm Mr. Parkin, and this guy sitting next to me, he's only got 2 letters in his name, so this should be easy to remember. It's NJ, people.
What's up?
And the big entrance is over. Renegade Man 83 asked us a whole bunch of questions. Do you think WWE should implement ladders in steel cage or a Hell in a Cell match? Alright, we'll start off with steel cage. I don't think steel cage matches should implement ladders because I'd rather see people go out the door or climb up the cage rather than use the ladder to climb up the cage. So I don't think ladders in steel cage matches would really work. Plus the fact that you can't get to the outside to go under the ring to get the ladders wouldn't really work in my opinion.
And to be honest, I think this is why I'm against cage matches. They've added like pins and submissions and stuff. I want the purpose to be to climb, and I don't really think putting a ladder up against the cage to help yourself climb is needed, so no.
It would almost be as bad as them introducing ladders to Ultimate X matches, which they've done many times, which is pointless. Basically just makes it into a ladder match, doesn't it, TNA? What about the Hell in a Cell match, though? I mean, Hell in a Cell, you obviously got access to the under the ring. They've brought ladders and tables and chairs. Basically, they've had like a TLC Hell in a Cell match before. I remember Edge and Undertaker and other matches like that. I think ladders in Hell in a Cell matches work fine because you're not going to climb out. You can use them to, destroy your opponent with. So that's fine. I mean, you could bring anything into a Hell in a Cell match.
That's the point I was going to get to. I think Hell in a Cell is about bringing whatever weapon you can get, like Mick Foley with the kendos, the barbed wire, yes, and all that stuff.
And the tacks.
Tacks, that's it. So I think bringing in a ladder in the Hell in a Cell, no problem.
Should fit right in. What do you think of the New Day? Not a very good way to use 3 black guys on the roster. I look at a guy like Big E Langston. I think he's he could be doing things way better than
New Day! New Day!
Public Enemy number 2. And then you look at a guy like Xavier Woods who can talk and he is very smart. So why not give him a gimmick based on that? And then you look at Kofi Kingston, who's been toiling around in the mid-card for years and years and years. And I'm just... Where is it going to get these guys? I mean, has it got them further up the card? Is it made them more entertaining? Are they better off with it? Is it really going to do anything for them? No.
And I look at New Day, Kofi Kingston, yes, the wrestling community have been wanting to see a change in him, but this is keeping him as a base at the moment, and it's not really pushing him higher. I didn't really ever see Biggie with this all happy smiley and stuff. The other guy, forgot his name.
Xavier Woods.
Okay. This could be fine with him. If he wanted to do this on his own, then fine. But I'm sorry, people say turn him heel or help. I don't think heel is going to be a long-term saver for these 3.
I think my main problem with it is these guys come out really happy, and it's the kind of thing the audience is going to resent. Do you know what I mean? It's not the kind of thing that they're not going to think, oh yeah, positivity, yeah, we're going to go along with this. No, they're going to boo the fuck out of it because that's one of the fallacies of today's fans. They'll boo the fuck out of something which WWE is so obviously trying to present to you as a babyface because people just love to go against stuff like that nowadays. Seems to be the way. But I don't think it'll work. I don't think any of the wrestlers will benefit at all. If you could bring 3 NXT wrestlers and put them in a stable and have them debut in the main roster, such as the Shield or Wyatt Family, who would it be? I wouldn't. Obviously, we've had the Wyatt Family, we've had the Shield. I don't really think they should do any more stables. Main event level stables. That is what I meant. I don't think they should do anything like that because it's basically just going to be seen as a rip-off of the Nexus.
The only step I would bring in, again, you haven't seen main events or anything like that, is Sin Cara and his tag team and probably one of the mass time. So there'll be 3 mass wrestlers coming in as a mid-card faction.
I mean, a tag team, fine, like the Ascension. I know they're not doing very well, but they brought a tag team through. The Lucha Dragons, tag team's fine, but I don't really see the point in putting 3 NXT wrestlers in a stable like they've done the Shield or the Wyatt Family. We've had all that now. Let's just stay off that for a little bit and maybe do it maybe a year or 2 down the line. If I was going to do it, maybe a year or two down the line. I think by then Kevin Owens would be ready. I think by then Sami Zayn would be ready. I think by then also Finn Balor and Hideo Itami would be ready. Although I'd prefer to introduce Hideo Itami as a singles wrestler because he has some very good Asian appeal. I'd probably have Kevin Owens be the leader of it, and maybe have Finn Balor and maybe Sami Zayn as his accomplices, that kind of thing. But Kevin Owens would be the main sort of talker of that group. So if I was going to do that, I'd probably do that. With Daniel Bryan returning in the Royal Rumble, does it change things? No. I don't know why WWE brought Daniel Bryan back for the Royal Rumble, because you saw what happened at the Royal Rumble. As soon as he went out, everyone just shat on the match. So what's the point in putting him in the Royal Rumble? Do you think they would have booed Roman Reigns as much if he wasn't in the Rumble? Or if he wasn't in the Rumble, do you think fans would have just rioted anyway?
I think adding Daniel Bryan in the Rumble was good because they wanted him in it last year. I'm glad he didn't make it to the final because it would have turned Reigns heel. Because obviously Reigns would have had to eliminate Bryan.
Well, it happened anyway. I mean, I see what they tried to do. They got him out early so the crowd would get that booing out of the way, but they just took a shit on the rest of the match, essentially.
Pretty much shit happened.
Yeah, pretty much shit happened.
But Daniel Bryan coming back in the Rumble going forward, yes, I still can't really see Daniel Bryan's possible WrestleMania match just yet. And I don't think he's changed much from before he got injured.
No, to be honest, should they have brought him back at the Royal Rumble?
I can't see why. There weren't any teasers in the Rumble.
No. So what's the point? They brought him back, and what have they done with him? Have they done anything of note with Daniel Bryan since he's come back? Especially in the Royal Rumble? No. They basically just brought Daniel Bryan back, put him in the Rumble, and fans resented it when he didn't win. So don't give them the opportunity. So don't put him in the Rumble. Don't even bring him back. Don't even let them know Daniel Bryan's fit and ready. Bring him back later, after WrestleMania, or I don't know. Anything else other than what they did. Pretty much answers the next question. Will the fans go apeshit crazy if Daniel Bryan gets eliminated and boo Roman Reigns when he wins the Rumble? Well, I think we saw exactly what happened there. Not even The Rock could save fucking Roman Reigns from getting booed.
I love the finish. Rock's like, "Why are you booing him? I'm here."
Rock, literally, he was like this, wasn't he? He was like,
"What are you booing him for?" This is just terrible.
You saw his face. It was like this.
I'm here, cheering.
Yeah. He's like, well, I was expecting to be over. I was expecting cheers, but the crowd just took a big shit on it.
Oh, terrible.
So, yeah, well, I think you pretty much predicted it right there. And you could, like I said, they eliminated Daniel Bryan early to try and make sure that didn't happen, but it still did. And I think the fans just, I mean, it's just funny, isn't it? How last year Roman Reigns is getting really cheered over Batista, and then he comes second in the Rumble, and as soon as he wins the Rumble next year, he's getting booed. It's amazing how, like, a year can really change people's perceptions on a guy, doesn't it?
This goes back to what we answered in our last Q&A. The booking, the writing of Roman Reigns, it was just terrible, and it's made fans turn on him because of the promos he's been cutting and the way he's been trying to be all jokey and happy. No.
Who out of the three would you keep on the main roster? The Bunny, the Bull, or Hornswoggle, aka the Gator? Well, that's easy. The Bull. Because at least the Bull is somewhat entertaining and you can do something creative with. Whereas I just think the Bunny is a pile of shit, and Hornswoggle, I just don't really see what you can do with him now, apart from feuding with the Bull.
If I had to cancel this down, the Bunny, again, terrible idea, terrible. The Bull, I think, yes, he performs well in the ring. He's entertained some way, but he's still not an active wrestler, really. And Hornswoggle, he's had his moment of sun with Vince McMahon and Finlay, and now he's just trying to fit in blanks to be on TV.
I mean, the Bull, they both had a good match, didn't they? Remember the WLC? That was pretty entertaining, wasn't it?
Yes,
yeah. So I mean, they can do something with the Bull. They really can. Not have him Hurricane Rana, big wrestlers or anything, but they could do something entertaining with him. Alex Haffenden. What are your thoughts on Corey Graves as part of the NXT commentary team?
I saw this.
I think that WWE obviously thought very highly of Corey Graves. They did push him when he was on NXT, but unfortunately, as we all know, he had a couple of concussion issues. So I think it was a nice little touch by WWE to actually bring Corey Graves to the NXT commentary team. He was pretty decent on the mic with the opportunities they gave him. And he's took the opportunity and he's done pretty well so far. I haven't really had any complaints about Corey Graves on the commentary team. So I think this is a nice little touch by WWE and especially Triple H. And I think he's done well so far. So I have no problems with Corey Graves being on the NXT commentary team.
At first, I would like to think he's there in case he does choose to come back, but he's retired, so it's not. But the way he speaks and gets involved in what's happening in the match, it's nice to hear.
Robert Hernandez, do you think watching the Attitude Era makes the current product look worse than it is? Okay, simple comparison piece here. You go watch a Raw from, let's say, 98, 99, and then you watch a Raw in 2015. You look at Raw in 98, 99, you think, wow, you got all these stars on the show, all these guys that were in the mainstream, etc. And then you go and watch a Raw, and you really only want to watch one or two segments on the show. The rest is filler.
It does not just need to be the Attitude Era. The following era between
In the Ruthless Aggression.
yeah, it was still fine. It was the characters we had, the more variety of matches. It's just when the WWE were concentrating on one wrestler in particular for many years, we didn't really have many other favourites there.
And the fact that it's now 3 hours as well, which makes it unbearable. It's the main reason why I stopped watching it. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, do it. Go back and watch. I mean, even the Nitro. I mean, I watched the Nitro from '99, and I thought when Vince Russo was writing the WCW, I even thought that was much better than what the shit we got on Raw. And it was 3 hours at the time, I believe. So, you know, it says all you need to fucking know. So the current product looks much worse than it is if you watch the Attitude Era. So maybe if you want to be nostalgic, go back and watch the Attitude Era. But if you want to at least watch the WWE now, maybe give that a miss. Otherwise, you'd just be digging your own grave, shooting yourself in the foot.
But please make sure you watch the Attitude Era stuff on the WWE Network for $9.99,
which none of us have, even though it's free in February. Great, we get Fastlane for free, which is going to be main evented by a fucking tag team match. Sheamus Dylan. Would you reunite the Wyatt family and throw in the Ascension in order to create a modern-day Ministry of Darkness gimmick, and would it work if done right?
I'm sorry.
No. I mean, I can see what you're going on here, but I think it was a mistake to break the Wyatt family up altogether. I mean, I know they wanted to send Bray Wyatt out by himself, but you look at what's it done to Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. I mean, look where they were on the card when they were when they were with Bray Wyatt. Look where they are now. It's done nothing for those guys, and it's hardly like Bray Wyatt has massively benefited from it. He was one of the hottest characters on WWE TV from his debut for the following year, and now he's just gone away from the Wyatt family. They're only really just started to try and build this guy back up again as a single star.
Mainly because the thought is
Undertaker.
Yes.
That's why he had to defeat Dean Ambrose every fucking week.
And it's sad because once Taker goes, is Bray going to go back down? But here's one thing I think the WWE had a big opportunity and they let us down. The Rumble. Those three looked like they were going to be back together again. And I know it would have been like, oh, they've just done it for the Rumble. But I still think it would have been nice to fix all their faults and breaking them up, had them reunite in the Rumble and then go forward from there.
Renegade Man 83. So the simple answer is it wouldn't work. Even if done right, it wouldn't work. I mean, putting the Ascension and the Wyatt family together, no. Renegade Man 83. Which sibling feud was worse and pointless, the Bellas or the Hardys?
Bellas.
Oh, definitely the Bellas, because at least with the Hardys, you had some real grit storytelling there, and you had some storytelling of, you know, a brother in Matt Hardy that was getting a little bit jealous of where Jeff Hardy was, etc. But with the Bellas, it just went to shit so quickly as soon as Stephanie McMahon and Daniel Bryan was out of the mix.
In my opinion, the Hardys, yes, it didn't really push Matt. It didn't, not really, apart from the WrestleMania win. But compared to the Bellas were at first, oh, this match could be interesting going to WrestleMania. Stephanie's involved. But they left it up.
They whatted it up? You're allowed to swear, MJ.
Fucked it up.
Yes, I got MJ to swear. That's £1 in the swear jar, MJ. Thank you very much for your imaginary pound, which is, you know, got imaginary tax, imaginary VAT,
yes.
Blah blah. Are you the benefits of being an accountant? Are you a fan of Awesome Kong, and what do you think of her tenure in WWE as Karma? I mean, when she originally came in,
Rumble,
big time. I mean, it wasn't even the Rumble. That was when she came in. That's after she sort of went out. But when she originally came in and she squashed was it Candice? No, who was it she squashed? Michelle McCool and Layla, etc. That was fucking awesome. You know, never have we seen a female wrestler come on the scene like that, apart from maybe like a China or something like that, or a Beth Phoenix possibly. That was good shit. So Karma at first, I was really behind it, and then they did that whole thing with her crying, and that ruined it.
I'm sorry. We needed a diva to be like Karma, you know, a big dominant one that could possibly go up against Beth Phoenix and stuff. But then the crying things of the pregnancy, probably Vince not allowing her to come back because of that bad moment. Her going to TNA because TNA would accept her. Just sad times, sad times.
Will Sting face Triple H at WrestleMania 31? We touched on this in the last Q&A, but it does look that way, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly. And they're doing that whole thing backstage where they even had, where is he, even hiding in the rafters? I mean, I saw that backstage thing, but it looks like they're planting the seeds there on numerous occasions to have Sting face Triple H at WrestleMania.
As much as Triple H is still an attraction for WrestleMania, I don't see, unless they make a stipulation for this, what's the point?
Do you know what? And it's even worse now that the Authority lost power and then they gained it back, because at least if you had Sting face Triple H at WrestleMania 31, you maybe could have put the Authority's authority on the line for the first time and have that be the stipulation. But my question is, who has ever said, "I'd love to see Sting face Triple H at WrestleMania. That would be a great match. I would love to see that. I would pay money to see that." You know, because the really obvious one is Sting versus Taker.
That would have been, especially if they're bringing back Taker possibly this year. Why not? Why are you losing this opportunity to have these two clash?
I'd rather see Sting versus Bray Wyatt.
But there is one upside to Triple H, and even though I love to watch Triple H wrestle, I still don't really agree with this match. People are saying Sting was against the Authority in all of his companies, TNA,
WCW.
Yeah, and all that. He was against it. So obviously the boss right now is Triple H.
Did you by any chance watch that Triple H documentary on the WWE network? I caught a glimpse of it before NXT, and it was quite good. I'd recommend you watch it.
On the network, I just don't have it.
Well, it'll be on the internet somewhere now.
Listen, did you hear that?
You can always live stream it, like I did. Because why would I pay for the WWE network when you can see most of it on live stream for free and most of it on the YouTube? Anyway, that's free WWE network. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for another Q&A with us, the British Fist. Please give us your questions in the comment section below, as we are getting quite low on them, and we do really need your questions if we're going to continue this Q&A series.
It's the questions that makes the British Fist what it is today, and without your questions, we're just bros.
Fist? Or bros, yeah, that works.
Until next time, YouTubers, thank you very much for watching. From Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Man in Red, good.